So hi, welcome to Noise Podcast. I'm Shane,
I'm Glory.
and we're here with.
Hey, it's Philip.
And Lukas of the band From Fall to Spring.
All right, some questions to say about the upcoming album Rise. So congrats on that, by the way. How do you feel about the response to the announcement so far?
We got a pretty good response in Germany. I actually don't have the numbers internationally. If someone ordered it in America, in the US, or South America or something, but in Germany we got a pretty solid amount of sales as of yet, and that's pretty awesome for our debut album.
Hell yeah, the album is awesome.
It is immaculate. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Of course. So is there any meaning behind the album title or cover art?
So on the cover you can see the members of the band. Actually, the silhouettes are silhouettes of us, and Rise is the song that kind of opened everything up to us. So it opened a few doors in Germany. It opened very many doors worldwide, where people from the US, from Australia are writing us that they like the new sound, that they like the new metal thing that we're doing. So I think it was a no-brainer to call it Rise, because the word rise means to stand up, to go to different levels. So it represents everything that we want to do and that we kind of did in the last 2 years. So we want to rise even more. Maybe the album can help us with that. So that's why we called it Rise.
Yes, and actually every single album cover we did from 2020 until now is in the actual album cover to the album Rise. So every single cover gets a little detail who is coming back on the album, and you can find it if you look at the booklet on the CD that our designer did, and that's pretty awesome.
That's awesome. So can you tell us a little bit about your writing process for this album?
Actually, that was stressful because it's time to clock back. It was about April in 2020 when the pandemic hit, and we had a tour coming. We had festivals planned, and everything was canceled due to pandemic. And then we sat in the studio and thought to ourselves, we can't play live. We can't play any live shows, so we will write as much music as we can, and we did that. But also we kind of tried to grow our audience on social media, on TikTok, on YouTube. So we kind of got into a cycle of writing music, shooting music videos, release it, write again, shoot again, release again, over and over. That's why we were able to produce as many singles as we did, because we were always in the creative process for 2 years. So it was a stressful time, but a lot of hard work went into it, a lot of sweat, blood and tears. So we're really happy with the result.
Hell yeah.
So what song off this album took longest to write, and which one is each of your own personal favorite?
Song that lasted the longest to write, I think, is Black Heart, because we had so many different versions of Black Heart. We were unsure about a chorus, and we are happy we picked the one we did in the end. But it was over a course of 2 or 3 months where we were unsure how to do Black Heart, and we did about 40 or 50 different demo versions of it until we had one that we could say, yeah, let's do it. We stand behind that.
40? Okay, so let me clarify that I heard that right. You had 40 or 50 versions of one song.
Yeah, we had
maybe not
so
of the
many
chorus,
versions.
but we had over 40 versions in the end, because every session we changed something, and then we said, okay, if we change this, we have to change this, and if we change this, we have to make it work in the end, we have to change this and that. Then we listened to it the day after and went, no, wrong decision. So we took it back 2 steps and started again. Sometimes you have to force yourself to quit and deal with the song that is there right now, but it's hard sometimes. So Black Heart was one of those songs.
So forgive me if I missed this, but what was the timeline for that? Like, how long did it take to get the 40 to 50 versions of that song done? Was that like
over
a
the
year-long
course
process?
of I think over the course of 3 to 4 months we did the song. Yeah.
Okay. That's crazy. That is
We
that's
had time.
crazy.
Nobody could go outside.
Yeah.
There was a pandemic. Everybody had to stay inside. We were connecting via remote sessions, and we were writing all the time.
Yeah. So how did you not like drive yourself insane with that amount of demos?
We did.
Obviously that
We did.
There you go.
We actually did.
There you
We
go.
argued a lot, and we really doubted ourselves sometimes, but I'm just happy we stuck it through. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but actually, to answer your other question, Black Card is my favorite on the album.
That's good.
Because I'm really proud of what it has become since the start, and it's a really personal one for me with the lyrics. And I think it's the one that we made a hip hop song with metal elements, and you have this verse which is a hip hop verse. You could bring a hip hop hook after that verse, but we kind of did a metal chorus after that, and it just works. And yeah, that's what we were going for, and it took some time, but it was worth all the work that we put in. So I guess that would be my favorite on the album, actually.
All right.
Yes, mine has to be Rise, because Rise is the start of our journey. And Rise was the first song where Philip did his rap part, and I will always remember when Rise came out. It actually didn't take off for a few months after we released it, but I was so proud showing that music video. We did over 10 days of shooting over the course of a year, or over a year, and when it finally, when we were finally able to show the results of that, I will never forget that, because then that's why Rise is pretty special to me. Yeah.
It's awesome. So how did the track list for the album come about? Did you guys write the opener be the opener, close a bit of closer? Did you shuffle around and see what fits? What was that process like?
That's also a good question, because there's no right answer to what the order should be on the album. It's always a bit personal. I guess we shuffled it around, and when everybody was happy, we said, let's go with this. There are a few songs. The last song, for example, it isn't released yet, but that is a closer. So we put it last. And for some other songs, you could maybe change the order and it would still work. But yeah, we shuffled it around till everybody was happy.
Makes sense.
And then we got the order.
All right.
So would you be able to tell us where your headspace is at while you're creating this record?
Comes
in all different places.
Yeah, in the different place each song. That's why they're so different. There were songs like Beast Mode where we could finally play a show again, and we wanted to do the live action, and we wanted to get in that Beast Mode vibe to do it live and play shows. And there was Blackheart, was obviously about a toxic relationship, and it's pretty personal to something that happened to Philip. And yeah, every song tells its own story, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So how do you recommend your fans to listen to this album for the first time? Should they do it in the car with friends, in the dark with headphones on? Is it a workout album, party album? What do you personally recommend?
I guess you can listen to it in all various situations, but most of the songs you can really enjoy while having a workout, for example. Speaking of the song Beast Mode, speaking of Draw the Line, and all the songs that are high energy, I guess they're made for high energy activities. So do it during the workout, when you're having a run outside, but also hanging out with friends. So it's new metal. It's you can listen to it everywhere in any moment. It's always fun.
Really
But
pumps
I
you
would
up.
also highly recommend you to listen to the song Rise while you're driving into the sunset. When you're driving at night. It's a good song to listen when you're alone driving over a longer course of time. You can listen to this album. Yes.
All right.
You will find some things you haven't found before. Yeah.
All right.
So this one should be super, super quick. Off the top of your head, I want you guys to describe this album for new listeners in 3 words. 3 words each, no more, no less, 6 total.
So first word for me has to be energy.
Mm-hmm.
Second has to be passion.
Mm-hmm.
And the third, motivation.
Ooh, Damn, all right.
I have to pick other words. Motivation was one of mine. So the first that I would pick is personality.
Mhm.
The second one is anger.
Mhm.
And the third one would actually be something like together. Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
That's good.
Good.
So in that same train of thought, is there a certain feeling or emotion you want listeners to have while going through the album?
Yeah, that depends on the song. Yeah.
Yeah, and it depends on the person who's listening. As a songwriter, you always have a vision that you want to bring to life, but you can never know how it will be conceived by the audience. So I've watched a reaction recently where a guy was explaining our song "Light Up the Sky," and it had a totally different meaning than we intended the song to have.
Yeah.
But it made so much sense. So I guess everybody should listen to the music and build their own feelings about it. And that's also a really great thing, because I also listened to songs in my childhood, and later in life I read about what the artist truly means with the song, and I interpreted it completely different. But it was a good song for me, and it was an important song for me because it helped me through a lot. So we don't want to say that anybody has to feel something, but it's always great that our music, or when our music provokes feelings with the audience.
Fair enough.
Absolutely. Love it. All right. Can you guys talk about any particularly challenging or standout moments from the creation of this album, positive or negative?
So let's start with positive. Again, with the song Beast Mode, because it's a real fun song to play live. We played it unreleased at the show summer last year, and I went up to the crowd in middle of the set, and we sang the hook line once, and they had to repeat it to us.
Oh, I love when bands
And it was that catchy that they sung it through the whole song, even though the song wasn't released. So that was a real high point.
Yeah, and we could hear it through
great.
our in-ear phone, in-ear earbuds, and yeah, it was pretty sick. It was the first time an audience pretty much yelled back our lyrics as loud as they could, and yeah, that was a pretty awesome feeling.
That's fucking awesome. Hell yeah. So for this question, I want you to picture you're on tour, you're at a gas station for a rest stop. What is your snack of choice?
I guess on tour we always
stop at Burger King. Yeah, no.
Frequently go to Burger King and McDonald's. But what we always want to do, but we never find time, is to go out and eat sushi, because we all love sushi. But time is always of the essence, and
you wouldn't do that at a gas
station. Yeah, and the good sushi places always take a bit of time. Yeah. But I guess burgers, sushi, everything that goes fast. On tour, you never have time. It always has to be, you have to be quick to the next destination, quick to the car, have to drive again. So everything that goes quick on tour, I guess.
Absolutely. All right.
So on the topic of food, if the band was a dish, what dish would the band be and why?
Something fusion, of course.
Yeah. The band would be a pizza with all sorts of different toppings that you never expect on a pizza, but they work. Something like this.
Okay, good. All right. So for the last couple questions, we're going to shift completely away from music and go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Okay, I can go first with this one. Last meal definitely would be steak. Some kind of steak, maybe dry aged steak, and good bottle of wine.
All right.
I'd say pretty much the same. I definitely take fries with the steak, but I think I'd take a beer instead of the wine. Yeah, if it's my last meal, it can be a
little less classy than Philip.
Yeah.
That's
how you can compare. So.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Yeah.
So if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Hogwarts.
What house
Yeah,
you?
definitely.
Both
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm a big
uh,
Harry Potter fan. I named my cat after Harry Potter. My cat's name is Harry.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Love that.
What
my cat's
Hogwarts
name's
houses?
Hannibal Lecter.
Hannibal
Hogwarts house
Lecter.
would be. Yeah, my cat's name is Hannibal Lecter. It's Sphinx cat,
Oh, that's cool.
and he looks really evil. So he's a good Hannibal.
That's a crazy way to describe a cat. An
But-
evil cat.
But he, yeah, but he is not. He's not. He's the sweetest guy. But yeah, he always looks like he's a good Hannibal. And Hogwarts house.
It's always plotting.
Yeah, I have to say mine would be Gryffindor. Hopefully,
Gryffindor.
I would put on the head and mumble Gryffindor. Put me in Gryffindor.
Yeah.
All
Lucas, what about you?
Which house I would be?
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly a Gryffindor. I'm brave. Just joking.
All right.
Yeah.
No,
You
I
would
would
find us in
do it as
Gryffindor, I
Philip,
guess.
and I would convince the head. Yeah,
Yeah.
no matter what.
Yeah.
I would argue.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So I have the honor of asking the last question. Every single person that we've spoken to have said that it is the most important question. What's your favorite color?
Blue.
What did you say?
Favorite color. Favorite color.
Yeah.
Huh?
And what did you say? What's your favorite color?
Blue is my favorite color.
Yes, I said the same thing at the same time. We're identical twins.
Look at you guys. Oh my god.
That's great.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Not even planned.
Yeah.
All right. So as I said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you guys would like to plug?
Yeah, of course, our album is releasing 14th of April. So everybody out there, go pick it up and listen to it in the car, wherever you are. Blast the speakers, tell everybody about the album, and yeah, thank you to everybody who also listened to any songs of us. You are all crazy, and you help us live our dream.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we love every one of you. Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, thank you for now. This guy's been fall to spring, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.